Hey folks, welcome back to Bones Backyard Homestead. On this episode, I finished the ceiling. Turn on kitchen.
Okay.
Turn off kitchen.
Okay.
Stay tuned, I'll show you how I did all that. Alright folks, so I may have prematurely jumped the gun. I went ahead and did a quick sand on the ceiling and went ahead and textured it. The reason why I said I may have prematurely did it was because there's just a couple spots. The original light fixture is right there, and after I did the texture, I noticed a couple pieces of the tape are starting to peel back a little bit. You can kind of see it on this one as well. Get a little closer here. Like that little piece of the tape right there. Kind of. And then we got, there was at one point a beam running all across here, and when I took it out, I ended up having to use like a pry bar, and I put one coat of mud right in that spot right there, but again it kind of sank. All right, and I also went ahead and got the 6-inch light for above the sink. And I don't know if you can see the screw holes, but I got 1, 2, 3 screw holes. That's going to be where the recessed lights go on this side of the kitchen. What I need to do is go back to the ceiling and look at those couple spots, patch them. So that's what I'm going to do today. So this is where I'm at right now. I've textured the ceiling with 2 coats now. It's looking fantastic. I really like it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray on a pure white ceiling paint. And we're going to go from there. I got everything covered up in here. Looks like a weird episode of, or weird version of a ghost or something going on in here. So maybe I'll bring out my potter's wheel and start making some pots or something. So we'll time lapse you guys. I'm gonna get this thing painted real quick. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 lights in above what is going to be the breakfast nook, coffee bar. Don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it is what it is. So what I've been doing with the other lights is they've been 2 feet off the back of the wall forward. And that kind of puts it, I mean, the countertop is about 25 inches. So I am putting it out there at the very end of the countertop, but with the way the light rays go and whatnot, I don't want it right up against the wall and wasting half that light because it's hitting here and just going down. Kind of put it out a little bit more, hopefully to get a little bit better of a light dispersal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come 2 inches off the sidewall, 2 inches, what the French toast, or 2 feet off the sidewall, 2 feet off the back. we're gonna change up the plan just a little bit, because here's the deal. Like, this section of wall is how far I'm gonna go with this countertop right here. And it is like 5 foot, 5.5. What the French toast? Yeah, so 65.5. So if I was to come 2 feet off this wall, they put one right here, right? Let's just say right here. If I was to come 2 feet off of this wall, they put the lights like right here. And that's just a little too close to each other, kind of dispersing it evenly across there. So over there by the stove, I put them about 30, 32 inches apart. The two that are gonna go over the big countertop, they're 4 feet apart. There's just gonna be one light over the, like where the dishwasher is at, and that small section of countertop. So what I was thinking over here was, first let me find center, which is 65.5. Center is going to be 32.75. Now I got a plan for some crown molding, so I'm not too worried about that mark being seen later on. Now, my first thought was, let me replicate that over there with the 4 foot. Only problem if I was to do 4 foot, let's see, I'd be looking at one right here, one right here, and one over here. So I mean, they're like right there. If I'm coming 2 feet off the wall, why do I would only want to come 6 inches off that wall? So I think what I'm gonna do is 3 feet gap. So we'll put this at 18. So, no tape limit. Now what that does, that puts me off that wall. That about 14.75. That's pretty good. There. I got my 4.25-inch template. Pop that right there. Pop the other one right there. Then we step back and look at it, see what we think as far as placement. I like it. So I like actually using this Ryobi oscillating. The bit I like is this one. I don't know what it's called, but like, it's a multi-material, but it's mainly this flare out that I like, because that's what I end up using the most with that. You gotta be freaking kidding me. That hole worked out pretty nicely. This one, not so much. So now I say not so much because I can still make this work. Now, the way these lights work, there's those little mouse clip thingies, whatever, the spring clamps. There's one on either side of the light. It just has to get, so what I'm gonna probably end up having to do is I can put one mouse clip on that side. On this side, I might just end up having to notch out this stud a little bit, probably drill a couple times, get in there, and I think it'll be fine. So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up in the attic and make sure that this one is my main one, and this one is just a brace coming across. I mean, looking at the rest of the screw holes, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the good one. That's the fun part, guys. Every now and then we make a mistake. I own up to all my mistakes. I think they'll be fine now. So let's get this one fixed. Welcome up to the attic. So I'm gonna show you the first thing we need to do is actually locate those light holes. So we're gonna go dark. This is the easiest way I find to do this, because you can easily spot, there's a hole. There's a hole back there. This one, and that's actually the box I tossed up the hole. So there and there is the coffee bar. I'm gonna turn the light back on here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, those are already hardwired, right? And I've already turned off the breaker, I've already turned off the light switch, but I still want to start from my last light. So I'm actually gonna start over here, wire this one to that one over to that one, and then so on. And then my last connection from this one over there over. That's the way I'm gonna run it. All right, so these boxes are pretty awesome. I think I've talked about them before, but what I'm gonna do is pop out on every single one of them. Both sides there. The only one I won't do is the very first one. I'll just do one side. But got these things in there. So we just cut back the wire 1/2 inch, shove it in there, and these red ones, they're good for 3 wires. So there's one already. There'll be the one coming in for the power to this light, and one going out to the next light.
Rainbow lit by my window, rainbow singing at my door, and the Georgia pines and dandelions are bobbing in the careless summer breeze. Sunshine skipping on the sidewalk, sunshine not as bright as you. When you shattered free, you blinded me, and now I'm seeing stars around my head. And it's all I know. You're the afterglow that never fades. Tadpoles squiggle in the water, tadpole dancing toward the light. From a pollywog into a frog in 20 seconds flat. Well, how about that? They fly, skimming on the water. They fly only for the day. And if love is just a fleeting whim, then why is it you never dimmed away? And it's all I know. You're the afterglow that never fades. After all these years of living in your shadow, after all these years of bathing in your light, the only thing I know is you're the afterglow that never fades. My love, brighter than a diamond. My love, shining like the sun. But I never try to close my eyes. I never want to hide you in the dark. Oh, and it's all I know. You're the afterglow that never fades. Oh, and it's all I know. You're the afterglow. So just take it slow until the sun falls low. Then light me up. Lay and put your weary soul to rest. Yeah, I will try to do my best to keep you safe inside this nest and keep your gravity from pulling you to earth. I'd like to say this gets more clear when it's more cloudy every day. But summer's gonna come and burn the stormy clouds and all the doubt away. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. It's true, the spring is coming to an end. You're not that fragile anymore. I know what's there behind that door, and it's just waiting in the wings to pull you in. I know you think you're safe in here inside these insulated walls, but I can't hold this house together, not forever, yeah, and soon it's gonna fall. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door slamming shut, it's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring. Slow down, 'cause winter's just around the bend. Don't make a sound and close your eyes and say goodbye, yeah. 'cause when you
Let's go down in the kitchen and pull the pigtails through and hook up the lights and see what's going on. Alright, so this is the part that sometimes gets to be a little fun. So, like I said, you got the little light that just kind of mouse clips in there. In the box, it comes with a Q code that you need to keep. And I like to mark on there, this one says food, and then on the back of the light it says food as well. Like I said, I would love that the next homeowner that gets this house, that they would want to have a smart home just like I do and have everything wired the same way. So I'm gonna have like a little booklet for them with all these QR codes, that way they can just go and do what they need to do. Except the fun part about this is we were up in the attic and we tried to toss those boxes back the best we could. Now we gotta find them and find that pigtail. So there's the box. There's the pigtail. Whew. So that just plugs in. Little wire, a little twisty, holds it in place. We lift those little mouse traps. Make sure that wire gets up in there, dang it. Ooh. And then just boom, snaps right up in place like that. So there is like a little, almost like a little rubber seal in there. So make sure you get that rubber seal nice and flat. So I'm gonna pop the rest of these in real quick and then we'll start loading them into the app.
It's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door is slamming shut. It's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and close your eye to spring. Sleep, little girl, 'cause when you wake it's gonna be a different world. Everything will change. Everything will change. This door is slamming shut. It's gonna catch you if you're ready or you're not. So close your eyes and say goodbye to spring.
Turn on kitchen.
Okay.
That's what it's doing to me. I'm not even gonna fudge with it anymore. It should be like super bright. Yeah, see, I think that's an electrical issue with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that one out, take it back to the store, get a replacement for that, because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want it to end up going past my return policy and be able to have to buy a new one. Not gonna happen. So that's gonna come out and I'm gonna get a new one done. Alrighty, just like that, this finishes the ceiling project. Now, on the next episode, I'm going to show you how I'm working on these walls. Hopefully, that'll be the last episode that's kind of out of order. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I'm working on the ceiling and bearing with me on the out of order videos, because some things just cannot be done one project at a time. Sometimes you have to do one thing to get to the next step, and that's what I'm doing. One step at a time and making progress. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.